you are still with us, you officially made it through week 1. And I will tell you that week 1 is the hardest week. We went deep in your action plan and your why, and really making you think about what those long-term goals look like. Starting like what, the Thursday, Friday, that's kind of what the rest of this program is going to look like, right? Not too deep, just really putting things into place to make sure that you're ready for when that big leadership title happens. So today, we're going to talk a little bit about work schedules. I know a lot of you guys are really excited about today. Now, when I say work schedule, I mean a scalable system. And I know some of you guys are probably like, Kimberly, you talk about scalable systems all the time. But you guys, having a system in place for the things that you do every single day works. It works. So you need one. You need a system. So some of you might be a paper person to where you want to write down what you have to do every single day. In the past, I've done that. I've used a planner and had it on stickers. So I had a sticker every single day, so I have to write everything. I just printed it out at the beginning of the week or at the beginning of the month and did my entire layout that way. Some people are digital. Some people prefer one sheet at a glance. So everybody is different. So whatever works best for you, choose that and roll with it. Some people even use a Google Calendar and just time block their day and decide what they do during that time block. So it really is up to you. Now, the main purpose for having a work schedule or some type of a scalable system is whenever you sit down to work, whether that's a power hour or maybe you have a power morning or power afternoon, whatever that looks like for you, you know exactly what you're going to be doing. There's no wasting an hour trying to figure out, well, what should I do? You know exactly when you sit down, these are the tasks that I'm going to do today. So if you've never heard of scalable systems before, I'm always going to refer back to Christina Stainbrook. I'm not going to do an entire video on scalable systems because she has that covered 100%. So I'm going to link the video down below this one so you can see what that looks like. She even has a really awesome example. She even has a digital example that I'll share as well that you can use for Trello. You can mimic it in Trello. But the point of a scalable system is to take something like what she offers and scale it back. I think that is what I did wrong in the beginning, and I felt like I was failing because I looked at her scalable system and I said, I at the end of the week, but like, I didn't do anything. I didn't do half the things that she was doing. And so I realized that what I should have been doing all along is looking at her scalable system, taking the top income producing activities that work for me and things that I do in my business already, and just do that. Just do that. You don't have to do the entire every single thing that she does because, like, for example, she has a day where she does samples. I really don't do samples that often. Every single Friday, she talks about doing tax stuff. I don't do that. I do that once a month or even once every other month. So just take what works for you and scale it back. If you don't already have time blocked on your calendar to work your business, that's going to be step 1, really identifying when the best time to work your business is. Because if you do not have it documented when you're going to be working and putting your business as a priority, no one else is going to put your business as a priority as well. And plus, having it scheduled and on your calendar makes you feel less guilty about other things that are going to be on your calendar because that scheduled time for your business, that was there first. And so anything else that falls in would go around that. So if this is something that is in your life that is big in your life, if this is something that you're working to replace your income, then this is not get rich quick. Like, you still have to work. There's still things that you have to do. So make sure that you have that time planned. That's step 1. So as far as making your own, I highly encourage you to look at Christina's and use that as a guide to make your own. If you feel like you want to do your own, the best advice that I can give you is to sit down, look at your entire month, and write down every single thing you do for your business. Then once you do that, start bundling and batching tasks that are similar. So if you're writing thank you notes for your customers, or if you're sending something to your customers, or you're putting something together for your customers, put all of those things on one day, and that can be your customer day. If you're following up with your front line, if you're doing action plan workshops, if you are going live for your team, that's a team day. If you're getting ready for, parties, if you're sending thank yous to past hosts, or maybe doing some hostess coaching, that can all be on one day. Even like prospecting for hosts or for new teamies, that can all be on one day. And then if you're organizing your office, or doing that tax stuff, or putting together things for your mobile office, things like that, that can be like a business day. So the purpose of having those like tasks put together is something crosses your plate that isn't really a priority. Maybe it's sending a customer a catalog and it's on a Thursday and your customer day is on Monday. You know that you can jot down that task for the next Monday. And so that way you focus in on what is supposed to be happening on Thursday. And when you get to Monday, then you can send it out. One of my favorite things to do, and I share this with everyone I come across, is use Siri. Siri is my best friend. So I do not use a paper system for my scalable systems. I also don't use a digital system for my scalable systems. I have one sheet and it's laminated. It's a week view, and I use a dry erase marker to do my entire week at a glance. It's hard for me to go in and jot down, like, oh, I need to do this. So I use Siri for everything. So if a customer does say, hey, I want a catalog, I say, hey, Siri, remind me on Monday to send Ashley a catalog. And so that way on Monday, customer day, Siri will remind me, hey, you're supposed to send a catalog to Ashley today. It's an easy reminder system. Or if you use Alexa or Cortana or Google Assistant, whatever it is, use it. It is amazing. Okay, so for your assignment today, if you already have a system in place, I really want you to really look at it. Is it manageable? Is it written down? And does it cover all of the bases? And are you using it? So if it does, we want you to put it down below in the chat. We want to see what you are using that is working phenomenally for you. If you don't, start thinking about how you want to include a system into your daily method of operation. The one thing that I do want you to start thinking about, something that I got into really late in the game that I wish I would have done way at the beginning, is on your team day, really start including communicating with your frontline. So I try to communicate with my frontline every single day, Monday through Saturday. And it ends up being about 14 people a day. Sounds like a lot, but it goes really, really fast. And I'm also building those relationships with people. Something else that I encourage you to do is to look at your top 20%. Now, it's going to be different for everybody. So you might want to look at who is has really great PRV, or maybe they're sponsoring a lot, but their PRV isn't, maybe it's like just a leadership minimum, or maybe they're an up and coming person, or maybe you know that they're doing the activities, they're just not seeing the results. Really kind of take those people under your wing. So your frontline and your top 20%, because if you've never heard of the 80-20 rule, 80% of your income is going to come from the top 20% of your team. So really love on those people. And again, that top 20% could be from like 5, 6, 7 generations deep. You never know where your next rock star or maybe your next first generation director is going to come from. So love on that top 20%, love on your front line. But we'll touch more on that once we get to here in a couple of days when we talk about the team binder and things like that. But again, do you have a system? Does it work? Do you love it? Share it below. If not, share how you're going to do it. And I can't wait to see what your systems look like. So see you guys tomorrow.